Ever wonder why some people just seem to consistently win while others feel like they're spinning their wheels? Well, I can tell you it's almost never about some secret formula they have that you don't. At the end of the day, it really comes down to a few core principles. So let's break down the simple but incredibly powerful shifts that separate success from staying stuck.
You know the feeling. It's Sunday night or maybe first thing Monday morning. You've got all these plans, you're ready to crush the week, and then that little voice pops in your head, I'll do it later. It feels so harmless, right? But that one tiny thought, that's the first domino to fall in a chain reaction that can totally wreck your ambitions. This quote from our source material just nails it, doesn't it? That one little delay, I'll start at 9 instead of 8. It just snowballs. Before you know it, something else comes up, then it's lunchtime and bam, your whole day is gone and your entire week is already on the back foot.
So let's be clear, this isn't just some quirky bad habit. It's a trap. It is a really destructive cycle where these tiny little postponements build up into a massive failure to get anything done. So let's look at what's actually happening under the hood when you fall into it.
This right here is the domino effect in action. The second you decide to wait, you kill your momentum. It's gone. That feeling of urgency just evaporates. And that gap between what you said you were going to do and what you actually do gets wider and wider. You're basically setting a disappointing tone for the entire week. And maybe worst of all, you're just leaving the door wide open for life's random interruptions to completely blow up your plans. Okay, but here's the kicker. This isn't just about losing some productivity or messing up your to-do list. The real cost of waiting is actually way more serious. We're talking about a genuine, measurable risk to your physical health.
The source material for this explainer uses a term that's, it's pretty shocking, honestly. They call this phenomenon Heart Attack Monday. And trust me, this is not just some catchy phrase to get your attention. It's rooted in some seriously alarming data about what we do to ourselves at the start of the week.
And here is the number that should really make you sit up and pay attention. Research cited in the source shows a staggering 20% higher risk of having a heart attack on a Monday. That's a huge jump. That stress of going back to work, of facing all those tasks you put off, it has a direct physical and frankly dangerous impact on your body. And you know what's wild? This risk isn't random. It follows a clear and predictable pattern. The danger peaks on Mondays right in that 6 a.m. to noon window, which is when our body's natural rhythms are already jacking up our blood pressure. We even see these spikes during super stressful times of the year, like the holidays in December and January, or during the intense heat of July and August. It's a recurring cycle of pressure, both mental and physical. Okay, so that's the problem, and yeah, the stakes are incredibly high. So what's the solution? Where do we go from here? Well, it's not about finding some new magical productivity hack. It all starts with a fundamental shift inside you, a shift in your mindset.
The source is crystal clear on this point. 90 to 95% of success is your mindset. It's not about the plan, it's about the mental framework you bring to that plan. It's about having that right hustle, which really just means you show up, day in and day out, no matter what. I mean, just look at this. This chart puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? Think about where we spend all our energy. We obsess over that little 5%, the perfect strategy, the newest tool, the best tactic. But the real leverage, the part that actually moves the needle, is the massive 95% that is our mindset.
So what does a winning mindset actually look like in practice? Well, it's the difference between being reactive and being proactive. A reactive person has an appointment at 10 a.m. and says, I'll just do my important work after. But the proactive person, they get up an hour earlier to get it done before. They protect their consistency streak at all costs and refuse to let outside circumstances call the shots. They make adjustments, not excuses.
And this whole mindset shift, it actually goes even a level deeper. It's not just about changing how you think, it's about changing who you are. It forces you to ask a really important question. Are you a talker or are you a builder?
The talker, well, they consume. They talk a big game about what they're going to do, and they sit around waiting for motivation to magically strike. But the builder executes. They show up every single day, whether they feel like it or not. They don't just buy stuff to be entertained, they invest in opportunities that solve problems for other people.
And what's so fascinating is that the builder's goal is fundamentally different. It's not really about personal gain, not at first. It's about helping as many people as possible get what they want. And as the source material argues, that is the surest, truest path to eventually getting what you want in return.
Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but the real question is, how do you actually do it? How do you make that shift starting right now? Well, this last part gives you a super clear, actionable path forward.
All right, here it is, your action plan. Number 1, start earlier. Stop putting off the important stuff, get it done first. Number 2, show up daily. Make your consistency absolutely non-negotiable. Protect that streak. 3, make adjustments, not breaks. When life throws you a curveball, you adapt, you adjust, but you don't quit. And finally, and this one might be the most important of all, take immediate action. Stop thinking about it and just start.
If you take only one thing away from all of this, let it be this. Success is not about having more information. It's not found in another course or another book or another video. It's about execution. It's all about acting on what you already know over and over without making excuses. Ultimately, this whole thing comes down to a single choice that you have to make every single day. Will you act now, or will you put it off till later? Will you be a builder, or will you be a talker? The only question left is, what will you do?
On January 1st, the world will experience something unlike anything. It is the day the Hustleverse officially makes it its debut. Welcome to the Hustleverse will be the first installment of the greatest collection of edutainment music to ever be created for the Hustleverse, and your first opportunity to get access to a movement designed to inspire, motivate, and fuel real hustlers. 2026 Album of the Year has arrived, and this is just the beginning.
Yeah. Everybody got a speech. Everybody got a quote. But when it's time to lift something heavy, that's when you see who's real. Talkers and builders. It's talkers and builders, same room, different mission. One sell a dream with a smile, one bring tools for the fix. One love the sound of success, one love the word when it's missing. So I move with the builders, cause the fruit tell the difference. I seen them type facts, then they vanish when it's action. Whole timeline full of hype but no traction. They know every saying, every caption, every line, but can't produce one result if you give them the time. They'll debate you for hours, try to win with a phrase, while a builder take 10 minutes and change his whole day. I ain't mad at talking, words can spark a flame, but if it don't turn to work, it's just smoke with a name. I come from where the block had to share. If one guy to play, we made room at the chair. Now I watch these lone wolf types bragging online, hold back in they bio, but they die on that grind. So I built me a system, put a map in the dirt, cause the truth ain't loud, it's consistent at work. If you can't carry bricks, don't call it love. I'm building a legacy, not a common club. It's talkers and builders, same room, different mission. One sell a dream with a smile, one bring tools for the fix. One love the sound of success, one love the word when it's missing. So I move with the builders, yeah, cause the fruit tell the difference, yeah. I used to take it personal, like why they don't support. Then I learned most folks clapping got no strength to lift more. Yeah, they tired from their own stones, they drowning in their own doubt. So they cheer for a second, then disappear when you're out. Hey, but I still keep receipts, cause patterns don't lie. If you only show up when it's easy, you not mine. See a building Build a bruise and still here. Build a shaky some days, but he faithful to fear. Build a axe for the blueprint, not the gossip, not the tea. Build a stay, show me steps, not tell me what to believe. Talk of love being seen, camera hungry, ego fed. Build a love being solid, hands dirty, goes ahead. Talk a chase, validation like a drug in the night. Build a chase, elevation, turn pain into a light. So when I pick my circle, I ain't picking by fame, I'm picking by effort. It's talkers and builders, same room, different mission. Different mission. One cell, a dream with a smile. One bring tools for the fixes. One love to work when it's missed. One move with the builders. Decision day, yeah, that fork in the road. Either stay in the crowd or commit to the code. Cause legacy get messy when your message ain't clear. They'll fight over who you were in a race while you're here. So I speak with precision, no fog in my tone. Who I am, what I do, what I'm building, set in stone. I'm building with believers, not browsers on the fence. Cause I like what you're doing, ain't the same as investment. Some can share a link, but can they help you build? Can they hold you accountable when you're ready to quit? Can they tell you the truth when your feelings get loud? Can they stay 10 toes when the wave hit the crowd? That's a builder. Someone solid when the spotlight gone. Someone playing with you daily till the harvest long. So if you want the freedom, bring discipline too. Cause the talk feel good, but the build pull you through. Yeah. Talkers make noise. Builders make history. Choose who you are and choose who you build with. They keep telling you, stay motivated. Watch this. Listen to that. Get inspired. But what happens when the video ends? When the music fades? When nobody's clapping, watching, or waiting for you to win? What moves you then? I used to run on borrowed energy, quotes, speeches, people hyping.
I give you food for action, don't choke on the truth. This lesson I prepared was made just for you. Feast up, I'll keep serving till the pot run dry. Got enough cooking to feed the whole country, no lie. Too many flavors, you know, I got what you like. Don't start beefing with me, you won't win this fight. If you come in peace, keep your teeth intact. I got a plan to get this cake, come grab a stack. Life could be sweet, if you listen, you'll see. Food for action on a platter, served fresh by me. I'm serving knowledge on plates, got the recipe down. A blend of hustle and wisdom, that's my sound. I'm feeding the masses, no crumbs, full course. But if you bring nothing to the table, find the door. Stop acting like you got beef, it won't taste right. This flavor's reserved for those ready.
Okay, family, I am live. I am live. And once again, I want to welcome you guys back to another episode of the Hustlers 10-Minute a Day Challenge. Today is Strong 47, day 4, and we are right at 15 minutes into today's challenge. Now, today, as we peel back the curtain, we know what today is. Today is Action Taking Thursday. And of course, if you already know me, you already know that I never wait to Thursday to take action. Now, yesterday, hopefully you watched yesterday's live. Yesterday, I was very, very excited. And I'm even more excited today. I'm more excited today because what I was anticipating yesterday, it came through and it more than over delivered. So yesterday I talked to you guys about one of my favorite AI tools. It was getting a update. And you know, Some people would say it was a long overdue update. A lot of people, with the previous version, they were complaining. They were finding every reason to complain. Oh, the quality isn't there. Oh, I can't get things to do certain things. But what I found was that most of those people, they were really complaining about things that they had control over. I didn't have too many problems with the old version because I'm the type to go above and beyond to actually figure out what works, what's not working, and how to kind of work around those things. Whether it's an editing issue, maybe your favorite tool doesn't have the best editing features, doesn't have all the filters you want, doesn't have all the transitions you might like. Well, there's other tools that you can combine with those tools that are your favorites and make a better product. If the quality of something doesn't come out to your particular standard, then there's ways of, increasing the quality. Now, in the previous version of one of my favorite AI tools, there's a lot that, could have been improved and that, needed to be improved. But I realized that 95% of the issue most times was user error. Now, I could have made better quality videos. I could have made better videos that resulted in, more cinematic visuals, more this, more that. It came down to really prompting, being able to understand fully how to talk to the AI. And that's what's going to, be the determining factor going forward with all of the AI tools that you plan on using. Because at some point, these tools are going to become like TVs. Back in the day, you had the big screen TV with the big back. The quality wasn't that great. And then you move to the flat screen, and then you got 1080p, and then it moved up to 4K televisions, and then, the clarity was there. The clarity, everything that you wanted to see visually was there. And then, a couple of years ago, they started talking about 8K TVs. Now, I'm not sure what's really going on with that, but you don't really hear too much about 8K televisions. Now, they're probably working on, making those, making them available to the mass majority of people. But I think for now, 4K is, you know, pretty good. It's close enough. It gives you everything that you would want or need. I think a 8K TV would kind of be, you know, I guess in my opinion right now, without having seen it, it sounds like overdoing it to me. Because technically, you know, I want to see my favorite actresses do their thing, but I don't want to really see them. And what I mean by that is I don't want to see every dimple, every freckle, every hair that's, you know, in their mustache, meaning for the ladies, right? I don't want to see my favorite female actress do a close up shot and be able to see it so detailed that I can see her mustache. Or the fact that, the makeup artists, they have to still do their job and they're going to have to get better at doing their job, right? So I don't want to be able to look at an 8K television in a close up and see a bunch of makeup caked up on my favorite artist or favorite, actor's face, and to just be saying, wow, they really overdid it with this. That'll take away from, me paying attention to the movie itself or whatever's going on, right? Just, being able to stare directly into the most realistic version or made up version of that particular actor. So the point is, at some point, you get to a stage where enough is enough, and it's just good enough. It's not perfect, but it's good enough to get the job done on every level that you want to get it done. And I believe that with the latest update of my favorite AI tool, which is Video Express. Now, it's a toss up, right? So I got two favorite AI tools. Well, technically three. But when it comes to pictures and video creation, there's two. So yesterday, Video Express AI, it got a major update, or I would say updates. So they didn't just work on one aspect of this amazing tool, they overhauled it and they made all of the features a whole lot better. Now, my other favorite tool, as you guys know, is Artistly. And Artistly is next up on the upgrade, scene. So Artistly will be updated next. But when I look at the quality that it produces as of right now, I'm loving it. And it's only limited by my particular skill set of prompting and your particular skill set of prompting. Now, you can get access to this tool and use it, and you might produce something that you absolutely don't like. But I want you to remember, it's not the fault of the actual tool, it's the fault of the prompter. It's your ability to be creative in your description and your prompting of what you want it to produce. Now, as I scroll through and I show you this particular tool, right, Artistly, and you look at all of these pictures. So starting from right here, you're starting from this picture right here, going all the way up. As you can see, there's 4 pictures to a section, and there's about, let's say, at least 10 that we scrolled up through, right? But I want you to keep this in mind. All of these pictures, which probably equals to about 60 or so pictures, it took one prompt in order to create all of these pictures. One prompt and one press of the generate button to create all of these pictures. Now, I don't know what tool you're using, but I don't think there's another tool on the market that has that particular feature or capability. And this right here is very important and it's very valuable because it's part of this section right here called the AI Design Agents section. And in this section, there's various things that you can do. But the one thing that I focused on is this section right here, the music storyboard. So as I click that, it gives you, a simple page. Now this goes back to things being, great, good enough, not perfect, but gives you everything that you need. You don't need anything so overcomplicated. You don't need things flashing around, jumping around at you. It gives you two simple options, two simple things to do. So you can either drag and drop your files or browse your desktop, your laptop, and find your audio file. So as you saw in the intro, I played a small clip of the music video that I'm still working on. I want to take my time for that Hustle Bear internal driver video because it's one of the most powerful songs that I believe that you'll ever hear. And it's inspirational, it motivates, and it just, is one of those contenders that I would say for song of the year. So we have our intro song that we've been leading with, Talkers and Builders. I love that song. It's definitely one of those contenders for a song of the year. But Internal Driver is also another one. And that particular song is going to be featured on the volume 2 of Welcome to the Hustleverse. So the Welcome to the Hustleverse Volume 2 album is in the works. So of course I want to be able to tease it a little bit, give you guys just a little sample of what to expect. It's going to be a diverse album. It's going to be something that's going to level up things from version 1. So if you got volume 1, hopefully you have access to it. If you don't, then you should know exactly how to get access. I'm going to tell you in just a moment if you don't know how to get access to that Welcome to the Hustleverse Volume 1 album, right? But the steps that I took here was to simply drag and drop that Hustle Bear internal driver song right here. And once when it loaded, the AI took over. It analyzed the song, it analyzed the music, and then I typed a short prompt in this storyboard section right here. So it only gives you 150 characters. So you want to be detailed, you want to be specific, you want to keep it short as to what you want the visuals and the theme to actually look like. So as it says right here, for example, ultra realistic, cyberpunk anime, oil painting. So whatever it is that you want your visuals to look like, you want to add them to this section and then just hit this generate button one time. And the results can look something like this. And I want you guys to pay attention because as you can see, since we're dealing with music videos and we're doing a storyboard, the purpose is to keep consistent characters. So in this one right here, we have two consistent characters. So we have a male character and a female character. So you can say they're representative of a hustle bear and a hustle berry. And as you can see, there's various scenes and it's designed to take you through the flow of that particular song, to give you the vibe, to give you the inspiration, that internal driver. Maybe you might need an internal driver to motivate you to work out, to go to the gym, to do what's necessary in order to, you know, make or improve your health, right? So whatever it is, but maybe you are in a situation where you don't have people clapping for you, or you might just have that one special person that's there supporting you. Sometimes you might just have one person. Other times it might just be you alone. It might just be you waking up, sitting up in your bed, just contemplating to yourself, hey, I got to get up. I got to get ready. I got to do this. And then it could be you again, getting ready, putting on that suit and tie, putting on on that particular uniform that you have to wear, looking yourself in the mirror with that determined look on your face, you know, motivating yourself, being that internal driver. This picture right here, in my opinion, it looks like it reflects a person that's on a journey. They're looking at themselves and without using words, they're having an internal conversation that's saying, hey, you can do this. You're ready. Let's get ourselves prepared. Let's put ourselves in the best position so that we can go out and do what's necessary. Look like a situation where he's getting ready to do a presentation. He's ready to, share some information, maybe a boardroom meeting. So he has people that he needs to present something to, right? And for a lot of people, that could be a challenge. You go through life not knowing what it is that you might be skilled at, not knowing what it is that you're capable of. But you never know what you're capable of until you actually sit down, focus, and you decide to take action. So that's why action taking Thursday is very important. Just like every other day of the week, we all need to take things in stages. And sometimes you can go through all of those stages in just one day. You wake up in the morning, you sit up in bed, you say, hey, today I'm going to do these 5 things. And then you start chipping away at it. You wake up, you get dressed, you take that trip to the office, you make the calls that you need to make, you do the presentation, and then you get the reward at the end. You get the people clapping. As you can see, the hands clapping. You did a good job. You made it through the day. You've completed that task. Now you can walk away. You can leave the office happy, satisfied, knowing that from the start of your day, you was just talking about it. You were talking about the results that you wanted. It was playing in your mind. You had some fears, you had some doubts as you went through, but then once when it was over, you got the result, and look how you're walking away. You're walking away with a new sense of confidence. That internal driver has driven you to the point where you completed what you needed to complete. And now you can go and enjoy the rest of your day. You can find that comfort in being with your community, being with the person that's also been there to help and support you, that's been that extra, that external driver, right? So the love of your life or the business partner or whoever it is, the family, the friends, the community that you've built online, that online business structure that you've been working on and that's based off of helping and, building a strong community of like-minded people, right? This represents all of that. Going on that journey. And then we have a section down here. Looks like he's in the library. They're in the library. You need that education aspect. So in order to progress, to make things better, you don't just need that internal driver, but you need the skills. You need to constantly be developing yourself so that you can take things to the next level. Because there will be another meeting. There will be another day that you have to show up, and you need to be fully prepared. And either you're going to go in it all alone, or you might have that external driver, that person that rides with you and that's able to be there by your side through everything, through the struggles of the day and through the journey at night. So from the beginning to the end, that can vibe with you. And look at these pictures. Look at these consistent pictures. Even without video, these pictures tell a powerful story. Look at this one right here. 2 people sitting on a bench. Powerful visual. Powerful visual. They're both in deep thought and contemplation, and they might be realizing that they have to rely on their own personal internal drivers. But they also appreciate the fact that, as you can see in this picture right here, they're walking together and they're holding hands. They have each other as their external drivers. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because these tools are more than just tools. These tools are, things that you can use to convey a message, to speak to your audience. Just like the music that we create on a daily basis, right? Using this amazing doc. You have a blueprint here that tells you step by step how to create something of your own. Something that, nobody else will ever create. something that's different from what anyone else that actually uses this blueprint, something that's different from what anybody else will create, because it'll be your personal creation. And that's one of the best things that I like about this. We have something that everybody can do, but no two people will produce the same thing. Unlike in, you know, other, regular businesses, you have a product, but the person next to you has the same product. Everybody's selling the same lotions, potions, or whatever it is. They have the same ingredients. It does the same thing. But yours, with this most valuable document in all of online marketing, this provides you with the blueprint and access to tools that will allow you to create something creative and that's exclusive to you. And with this recent update of this amazing tool, as you saw that little small snippet of what I'm working on for the internal driver music video, that right there will be something that nobody else will ever create. They'll create their own music videos, but it won't be exactly the same. It won't have the same visuals. It won't have the same, camera angles, but that's a good thing because it's mine's and only I'm able to bring it to the world. Just like you will have the ability to bring it to the world if you decide that you want to join me on this next leg of the journey within the Hustleverse. Now, I've been using these tools for the last over a year, and I've been fully committed to the process. I've been committed to the company. I've been committed to these two tools because I see the vision of where the owners are going with it. I have confidence in the company itself that it's, showing and proving, and it's doing the necessary steps in order to make their products better, in order to give their audience everything that they need. So, the ability to create video from prompts, create videos from text, the ability to edit your pictures and remove whatever it is that you want or add whatever it is that you want, the ability to take a simple image and turn that into a video, lip sync capabilities. So of course, when we talk about music, we're going to want our artists to be singing or rapping or whatever it is in the music videos, right? So the ability to do lip sync, yeah, we're going to use that. The ability to do what's called outpainting, change the aspect ratio. So let's say if this was a 9:16 picture right here, and it just, caught the frame of the man right there. So outpainting would actually be able to turn it into a 16:9, a landscape version, meaning that it would expand this if it was just showing you the man sitting here. It would make the extra scenery around him, making it more of a scene for a YouTube style video. So being able to add AI sound, so the sound maker, that right there is absolutely key to being able to create cinematic visuals, things that have sound effects, things that allow the videos to really come alive, and also what's called in painting. So the ability to, change things within the scene. So you have this picture here. You might want to add an extra bush right here in the grass or whatever it is. But the major update that was just done on this amazing tool is something that, you know, in my opinion, it's a game changer. For everybody that uses this tool, They should be completely satisfied with what has been done, the work that this company has put into, updating this specific tool. And I'm looking forward to what they are going to do with Artistly. Because, of course, the pictures and everything that I have in here that I've turned into video, they were generated using Artistly. And I just imported them here and turned them into video. But this tool alone has the ability to create everything within it, pictures and videos. So this is an amazing tool, and I hope everybody gets access to it. And if you decide that you want to get access to it, I got a very special bundle deal that I want to offer you. If you decide that you want to take action on this new tool, I'll call it new because with the updates, this is a brand new beast right here. So Video Express AI 3.0. So I created a couple of things for you guys. I got a couple of, you know, I got one, my magnetic content creation training that teaches you what exactly I do in order to create magnetic content that speaks to my audience and that can help you in creating something that's fun and exciting just for the purpose of you having fun. Or if you're looking to start a business and you need to create marketing material for your business, that training is absolutely priceless. And also, I created a couple of different documents. One in particular will help you become a master at prompting. So, like I said in the beginning, 95% of the issues that you'll run into will be your own personal boundary, your inability to communicate with the AI in a way that makes it, produce what it is that you have in your mind. So everything comes down to prompting. And I have something that's going to help you master prompting. I have two amazing documents. So the value of those documents is off the chart. But if you decide that you want to take advantage of getting this lifetime offer to get access to this tool here, meaning a one-time purchase, no monthly fees, no extra charges for upgrades, you get free upgrades for life. And and one of the other best parts of it, this this is not based off of a credit system. So you won't see anything here that says, hey, it takes 1,000 credits in order to create a video. It takes 5,000 credits, like one of the other tools that I've been testing out. They give you, let's say, 3,000 credits a day, but you can only, when you use 2,600 to 3,000 or 3,500 credits just to make a single video, that's not great value to me. And then having to pay monthly for it. So with what we want to create here in the Hustleverse, we want to work without limits because we have a lot of work to do. And you might have multiple businesses. You might have one business that focuses on, health and wellness. You might have another business that focuses on spirituality. You might have another business that focuses on coaching and mentoring or whatever it is. And you need to be able to create content, consistent content. You know, as they say, when you're trying to build an online business, you need to be posting 3 to 5 times a day. So imagine trying to use one of those other tools that caps you out with credits and trying to fulfill that need of posting 3 to 5 times a day, let alone trying to build just one business. But what if you have multiple businesses? You just can't do it with those tools. But this right here gives you the ability to do everything. So before I close out, I just want to show you guys a couple of my videos And since yesterday, I've been working, creating a couple of things. I've created a few videos. Some of them I used the timeline editor that's already built into this amazing software, and I created some examples. So this one right here is from a simple prompt. And let me just show you one of the scenes from the video so that you know exactly what the prompt was, right? So in particular, this one right here, here's the simple prompt, one video prompt. And it actually, this is so detailed that it allows you to prompt frame by frame, so to speak. So you can say 1 to 3 seconds, this is going on in the scene. From 3 to 5 seconds, this is the transition that's going on. But this right here, once again, it goes back to how you prompt and your ability to speak to the AI and direct it. Be a movie studio director, right? So that's what we're moving into, and that's what this new advancement has allowed us to become more of, a movie studio director. So I just want to show you a couple of examples of what this is capable of doing, and I think you're going to agree that this is the tool that you want. So this one right here was one of the first ones, and it's titled "I Started Building My Own." It's a short one based off of one prompt.
They thought I lost everything. I just stopped building theirs.
So that one was short and sweet, but simply saying they thought I lost everything, but I simply stopped building theirs. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to stop building everybody else's dream, and I want you to start focusing on building your own dream. Something that's made for you, something that nobody else can actually do, because it's a dream that's given to only you. So let's check this one out. This one's called "I Think We Are Ready." I was excited because once when I saw what this tool can do, I said to myself, I think I think we are ready. We ready to take it to the next level. So let me play this one back again. So notice he had the box. He had the box in his hand. He dropped the box, and the sound effects was already input there. So we didn't have to add any additional sound effects. They were already there. So the sound of him dropping the box hitting the ground, and also, did you catch this right here? You might have barely heard it, but that was him sighing. That was him giving a slight sigh. So the emotion that it allows you to capture within one video, it understands the mood of that person, and he had a slight sigh. The the lightning, the lightning sound that was going on in the background, right? And let's check out this last one right here. This one is titled "I Think We've Just Been Fired." And this one right here, I like this one. We talk daily about how things in the real world are changing. People are not only getting fired from positions, but there are less positions out there for humans and more positions out there basically for AI, for people that are capable of using AI. And, that's just the way the world is moving, right? So this right here is an AI tool that you can actually use to put you in the right position to, you know, be unemployable by choice, right? Because you can create your own online business with this tool. Check this one out.
What the hell is going on?
I think we've just been fired.
Let me bring that one back again.
What the hell is going on?
I think we've just been fired.
So imagine that. Imagine how people feel on a daily basis coming into an office and getting a notification or seeing something up on the board saying, hey, the company's no longer in business. Kind of like how we did the video on Spirit Airline. 11 or 17,000 plus people no longer without a job. Not due to any fault of their own, but due to the fact that a company had to make a decision to close its doors. Now, these are slight examples. These are simple examples, but I want you to be able to see the possibility. If this is possible, just wait and see what we are able to create next. So with that, I want to invite you guys to join me on this next leg of the journey within the Hustleverse. If you're ready to not only get access to the special tools that will allow you to create just about anything you want, but you also need the foundational skills behind it in order to promote whatever product and service that you are actually creating content for. So when you start off with the most valuable document in all of online marketing, and you take that first step by getting your mega link, which gives you the foundational training needed, I want to also give you access to my exclusive magnetic content creation training, which will introduce you a little bit more to two of my favorite tools, right? Video Express and Artistly. And then when you learn more about these tools, then hopefully you will get even more excited about the possibilities like I am. And knowing that these tools have been upgraded since that training that I created, and being able to see in that training what's possible, and knowing now that the bar has just been raised, I know for a fact that you will be even more excited to take advantage of this opportunity. And once again, if you take action, I'm going to give you some more exclusive bonuses. I'm not going to talk about it right here, right now, but just know that when you take action, hopefully you're taking action today on Action Taken Thursday, that you will get bonuses and rewards, and you will have the satisfaction of knowing that you're able to create something of your own. So with that, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's live. I hope you've gotten massive value out of it. And if you have, I want you to comment hustle. And also, if you're watching live, I want you to put a 1 in the comment section. And if you're watching on replay, I want you to put a 2 in the comment section. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow for Freedom Friday. And I'm about to go back to creating because I'm having fun with this particular tool. And, you know, I'm gonna spend my time, my day enjoying myself with this new tool and creating something special for you guys. So with that, have a great rest of your day. And we're going to close out just like we always do. See you in the next video.
Ah. 'Cause 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 'cause
to silence. Dreams still heavy, phone screen dry, but my vision stays steady. Mama said, baby, that job ain't your lane, but I clocked in anyway, chasing someone else's gain. That got me dancing with denial at night, scrolling for hope, but it's hidden from sight. 10 minutes a day sounded small at first, but in silence even whispers can't quench a thirst. Notebook in hand, wrote my future in ink, mapped out my mission before I started to sink. Every post was a prayer, every share had weight. I wasn't selling a link, I was shifting fate. I found my rhythm in the quietest place, where hustle meant healing and grind meant grace. From the corner of doubt, I carved my space. Legacy ain't loud, but it wins the race. 10 minutes a day, brick by brick, built from the bottom, now the vision stick. No hype, no cap, just clarity. This ain't just income, it's legacy. Every click, every song I create etches my name where they can't erase. You can doubt, but you gon' see. 10 minutes a day turned into legacy. People laugh, said she doing too much. To my PayPal ping, then they changed up the touch. No big brand, no six-figure crew, just a mic, some lyrics, and a dream that grew. Tired of waiting for the gatekeeper's call, so I built my own stage, held my own hall. Suno on deck, that's the beat in my chest. GPT spitting like I'm born to impress. Said I'd never make it, cool, noted, but now my bars turn pain into coated. From broken to branded, I ain't asked for fame, I asked for freedom and I claim my name now. Hustle berry on loop like healing chance, for the girls who grew up with limited chance. This is more than a challenge, it's breaking the chain, cause 10 minutes a day rewired my brain. 10 minutes a day, brick by brick, built from the bottom, now the vision stick. No hype, no cap, just clarity. This ain't just income, it's legacy. Every click, every song I create etches my name where they can't erase. You can doubt, but you gon' see. 10 minutes a day turned into legacy. Now my daughter sees me different, eyes full of fire. She said, Ma, your words lift me higher. This ain't a hustle, it's a heart-led path, where math meets message and message meets math. Community over clicks, value over hype. I ain't here to trend, I'm here to type blueprints for the ones still stuck in fear. Let them borrow my belief till their purpose clear. Haters still quiet, but I'm loud with grace. Posting in peace, not a mask on my face. Every bar I drop, every beat I write, I'm free in the